So hey, I know it's been a long time since I've posted anything. Life has gone all sorts of different directions and whatnot. I've done a lot of learning and reflecting and different things. Still deep in the process, um, but it's something that just popped up on me today. um, Everybody out there that is trying to live their life after leaving the Watchtower cult. Um, so many of them go through this stage where they want to become successful in whatever way success is to them. They want to be happy. Of course, everyone wants to be happy. Um, Nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. Um, they want to have the things that they weren't allowed to have. And a lot of people will get to this. The best way to get back at an abuser is um, to find that success, to pursue that success, and to attain it in life, to be happy. And this is where they go wrong, or where they get it wrong, or where they confuse the statement. To do that to spite them. And I know it's a completely logical development of the healing process to want to get back at the people that have hurt you. But doing things to spite, TO space SPITE. I have to spell it out because it sounds a lot like the other term I'll get to. Doing it to spite will never work with the JW cognitive dissonance and the thought blocking processes that they are programmed with. Just think about it. So I'll use my experience, which I know is going to be an echoed experience of many of you out there that have gone through this. Sorry. Don't know why that phrase caught me. Hours, thousands of hours spent knocking on doors, trying to convince people to join the cult, and working through some pretty affluent neighborhoods. I'm in northern Canada, or western and northern and southwestern Canada. Lots of affluent areas. And we'd be working through these neighborhoods with lots of nice houses, or out in the country where people have their hobby farms and their beautiful gardens and spaces and nice homes, and but we'd go up and we would try to talk to these people, and they're happy. You can't deny them. You can't deny it. They are happy. And they wouldn't be interested, of course. But the conversation after leaving a door like that was always about how you can never convert people that are happy with their piece of paradise that they already have. We have nothing to offer them. It's true. But That's the start of the thought blocking process about happiness. And the first part of why you can't live your life after leaving to spite them. It continues on as the conversation, as you walk back to the car and as you're in the car, that they're happy now, but their happiness won't last. It's temporary. It's only temporary. Because the doomsday, the world is going to end in 3 to 5 years, and they'll be on the wrong side of it. They're going to be part of the 99.9% of the human population that gets wiped out. So what is their happiness now good for? Nothing. And then the ones that get covetous, just as an extra bullet point to that conversation, the ones that get covetous, that they like this person's house or this person's land, and oh well, once they die in Armageddon, this is where I'm going to come and I'm going to take this. This is where I'm going to live. It's coveting. But just that whole thought process that they go through when they see somebody in this life, in reality, that has attained happiness in whatever fashion they found it. Because you'll find people that they don't have to have a big nice house. It doesn't have to be the newest stuff. And they can be happy with the life that they've had or have, and the family that they have, and the experiences that they have had in attaining it. They're happy, and it is legitimate. But the JW mind block says that doesn't matter because it's only temporary. So what I'm getting at is, you can go out there and you can drive yourself for success. And don't get me wrong, you should. You should strive to attain the happiness that we were always denied. But doing it to spite the cult or to spite those that have hurt you, because this goes beyond religious trauma and cult control. This goes to those that have escaped bad relationships. Living to spite will only ever lead you to greater harm, greater hurt. Because if you had the opportunity to go and throw it in their face, like this process, this healing process, at some point will have you wanting to do, it won't work. They may acknowledge that you're happy and that you have a good life, but then they're going to throw in that dig about it being only temporary, and where do you sit with God, and what is going to happen at Armageddon when the world ends. Their thought blocking process is going to kick in and attempt to cut down the value of what you have fought to create for yourself. Don't let it do that. Move away from living to spite. Live despite, DESPITE. You live your life and attain your happiness even though you were raised with a belief system that limited you, that didn't allow you to grow. You don't have to throw it in anyone's face. You do this for you. Because when you are living your life authentically for what you want, your dreams, your aspirations, that is when life works. And that is when you actually find happiness in the process of getting it. Doing things to spite others is a miserable way of going about it in the long run. It can be motivating to help you get out of a situation, and it can help you to discover things that you want. But continually going about to spite there's a lot of negative energy there. But if you are living despite the hands that you have been dealt, it is a much stronger energy that you're living with. You will, because growing and learning and pushing beyond limitations is uncomfortable, and doing it despite what you've done, or what has been done to you, is a massive victory. And that is what we all want to do upon leaving the cult and going through these processes, is we want to find a way to move from being a victim to being a victor. And it's one way that you can go about it, changing the perspective, changing the narrative that surrounds what drives you to succeed. Do it for yourself, not because someone said you can't, or not because they said, oh, if you leave this so-and-so religion, you're going to be miserable and no one will ever be in your life, and you are going to just be some drug-addled alcoholic who dies from an STD. So yeah, that whole narrative is the usual one that goes on, but you don't have to be that. Move on from being a victim and find your way to being a victor.